Alrighty, good morning, everyone. It is 11:32 in the morning of the 28th of June, 2021, and today I get to do a $37 recap. You can see here on the screen with so much red. I had a pretty rough start to the day. Let's go over it. So I missed a big trade. Let's start with that. I got distracted with Tesla and MRIN and really missed a nice big move on IKNX, which was on watch, but it just wasn't participating. So I wasn't participating in the trade. So it opened up above 1856, and you can see here it's kind of spotty. Kind of moving back and forth, but really it made a move from the open at let's see, $19 all the way up here to close to 27. Let's see, 26.90 was the high there, and 26.92 was the high there. So yeah, I put IKNX up this morning in this morning's strategy session, and I said if it's over 1856, then we ought to get some action on it. And unfortunately, I just didn't jump on the roller coaster there. Anyway, let's see. First trade MRIN. So I had a level of $5.70 for this fairly recent high back here in October of 2020. So the break of $5.70, it was significant, and it made an attempt early. You can see here, right in here. So actually, within the first minute or so, it opened here, went to this high, and then came back down. And I think I bought right basically at the top of this candle, anticipating a break of 570. And I managed to get away from this very first trade pretty quickly. Managed to get away from it. I was trading 600 shares, and I lost 9 cents per share on those first 600 shares. So I managed to get away from it with a relatively minimal loss. But then during this candle, at some point, there was something that I saw, which I decided to be a buy, to be an entry. I don't remember, but it was not an entry. And so and I traded 600 shares again. On that 600 shares, I capped my loss at 34 cents per share, which was better. Oh no, here it is, right in here. So the opening trade, I lost 9 cents, and so it was kind of like whatever. Right here, I was anticipating a break of 670. It came back up, broke this sort of morning high, a morning pivot, and so I started buying it, and it was working. It was going okay, and so it dipped down, and I kind of gutted out this. I don't know. I think I bought right at 570, roughly right at, it was like 570 or so. And so it dipped down by about 15 cents on me on 600 shares. I don't know, what is that? I've forgotten. Let's see. 150, let's just do the math. I'm having a little bit of a tough time this morning. Let's see, 600 times 0.15. So I was down 90. So it went through here, and I was down $90 on the 600 shares. So I was like, okay, this is okay, And then it made another run here past 570, and topped out right here. And I was like, 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out, right? And that really should have been my cue to have gotten out of this trade. I don't think I was paying close enough attention to it, which on a momentum trade, I really need to be mindful of what's going on. In fact, I know what I was doing. I was looking at CRSP, at the same time that this was moving. And by the time I came back over to this, it had just tumbled down rather significantly. So yeah, I sold it probably somewhere around in here below the VWAP. I was like, all right, that sucks. So then I kept an eye on it. It made this trend line. I'll make this trend line kind of dark. So this trend line right here, I was like, all right. So it broke over this trend line. I had an alarm on it, and I actually managed to pull down 2 cents per share on 600 shares on this teeny tiny little break right here. Unfortunately, it didn't work at that point, but then it came back later and just blasted over that trend line. And I didn't have an order ready to go, and I wasn't paying close enough attention to it to be a part of this rocket ride right here. But I did manage to jump into it again with another 600 shares for about 10 cents profit for each share. So I clawed back $60 on everything I'd lost. So, you know, meh. Tesla, gosh, yeah, I was looking forward to seeing Tesla drop back down below this 656 level. And in anticipation of that, I sold at 674. I shorted it at 674. And it ran up to, I don't know, a high of 694 there. I let that one go for, on 10 shares, for a $14 per share loss, so $140 lost on that one. It's just too bad. CRISPR did work out. It didn't work out at the level that I wanted it to. I didn't buy at 155.05 because I was paying attention to something else, and I didn't have an order ready to go, and it had already made its move right here. So I was planning to buy at 155.05 and then take 1%, which it gave me the move. It did the deal right here, but I wasn't a part of it. So I was like, okay, well, let me get a part of 152.85. So this actually came down to 152.87, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 152.87. So I didn't get filled on this move right here, and then it went to there. And so I was like, okay. So it was a rough day. I'm glad I'm closing positive $37. It was not an easy day of trading for me. There was plenty to trade, and it would have been probably pretty easy on any other given day that I traded. But today, I don't know, just wasn't getting into my entries, was getting out on bad entries. Just, at least it's a really small green day. It's basically a break-even day at $37, but at least I get to put $37 in my pocket. So then I was like, okay, well, I made a really bad decision here to buy at 152.85, and the second bite at the apple rarely works. So here's one trade right here. Would have been fine if I'd gotten in at 155.05 and then sold at 157ish, 156.50ish, something like that, and taken 1%. Would have been about a $150 trade profitable. But I didn't take the entry, and so I didn't get on the trade. Right here again, if I had gotten filled at 152.85, then that would have been another really good trade for another $150 or so. Here though, I'm asking for an entry right here. I know better than this. I know that if it comes up here and then doesn't retest and continue higher and instead comes down, it's not going to give me the trade that I'm looking for. That trade is already expired. The trade on buying support down here at the 152.85, which it didn't reach, it missed it by 2 pennies. That was my entry. I missed my entry, and attempting to take a trade at 152.85 again is trying to take a second bite at the apple, which you usually don't get 2 bites of the apple. You usually only get 1 bite at the apple. You either hit your level and you buy in and you're part of the trade, or you're not. coming back down later to the same level is not the same trade. So I don't know why I chose to do that today. Just having a bit of a, oh, I don't know. It was just a kind of a rough day. I don't know. In the moment, in my decision-making process, hindsight's 2020. But at the time, I was like, it'll be all right. It'll bounce there. I can make it. And it didn't. I was like, and after it fell through, I was like, okay, let me go and look at the next Fibonacci level. The next Fibonacci level here was at 150.87. And so I had an order ready to go on that one. And I added to my position. Now, usually you don't want to add to a losing position. Pardon me, a losing position. It's like an old, adage, But I'm fairly confident in CRSP behaving with, the sort of natural frequency that, stocks somehow seem to obey. And so I bought another 100 shares at 150.87. And it ran up here, and I was actually break even at 152.87. And so it ran up and it went above break even, and I still held on to it. And right here at this Fibonacci is where I should have sold. Now, I sold at 154.54, which was nice. I did manage to make $3.60 on those 100 shares and almost break even right there at on the other 100 shares. And that brought me within $70 of a profitable day. I was red $70 at that point. And so then MRIN on this pop right here, it squeezed into a halt right here. So you can see at the bottom, if you can see my timestamp at the bottom, it says 1046 right there. And then the next candle starts at 1051. This is a 1 minute chart. So it squeezed into a halt. And on this little pullback right here, I bought 500 shares and I let it go really quickly for a 10-cent gain, those 500 shares. And then NTLA, I traded a couple of times after it crossed down below. I bought at 123.59 right here, and then it popped up, and I managed to get 36 cents off of this pop right here. And so I was like, okay, that's another $30. And then I got about another $20 after it crossed back above 123.59 and then crossed back above this level right here, 125.09. I bought at 125.09 and I managed to get about 19 cents off of that trade. I was feeling pretty gun shy, the better trade if I had I don't know what's going on with me today. Usually I don't know. I'm not quite as shy, but I definitely didn't take advantage of this really nice move off of the level right here. Would have been, 100 shares right there would have been a $700 trade. And it's a fairly reliable trade. But anyway, so yeah, there's always tomorrow. I'll come back and do it again. Keep doing it until I get it right and keep getting it right. So yeah, $37 recap day. It's kind of meh. But it's kind of nice when I was down, I don't know, around $350 at this point right here on Tesla and MRIN, somewhere around $300 or so, something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, all right. So that was my trading day. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to end it here. Good luck out there, everybody. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And I will see you at tomorrow morning's strategy session. I am out.